Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. This video is going to be about one of those vlogs about OLED versus QLED. You know, a lot of people have been asking me about my OLED and why I sold it and what's the whole thing behind it. Was it really the fact that I needed the money, or the fact is I needed the money, you know, and that's why I sold the OLED. I didn't feel that $3,000 for a 55-inch OLED was worth that much, okay? And that's why I sold it. Now, in terms of OLED, a lot of people have been asking me, hey, do you think that OLED, it's better or more, what's the word I'm trying to use, more unique TV, more premium elite TV? Here's the thing, OLED has a technology built into it that represents the colors, the deep dark levels, and viewing angles in a natural tone, but it's missing that peak brightness. You know, that peak brightness, which is also important for OLED to truly make the picture quality and HDR and Dolby Vision pop. What's the one thing they always talk about the HDR? When they talk about all these different HDR formats, what is it, the main thing that they're talking about? It's that peak brightness of nits, level of detail, and color. So they're talking about that, and that's the important stuff. All right? And I feel that is true, because this is coming from a guy who actually tried all of them. All three different OLEDs. I have tried a 2015 version OLED, 2016 version OLED, and 2017 version OLEDs. And I can tell you they all look fantastic in terms of deep dark levels. They have picture perfect deep dark levels with color. However, that peak brightness, it's missing. You know, 700 nits is just not enough to make that color pop. Okay? So QLED, on the other hand, can achieve more peak brightness. Some of the QLED televisions, like that Q9 series from Samsung, can actually reach up to 2,000 plus peak brightness nits of detail with quantum nanocell technology that comes built into it. Okay, so you know, you're definitely getting a much vibrant and much better detail on QLED. So when you're watching a Blade Runner on a QLED, you'll be getting a excellent high dynamic range detail. Okay, especially with that wide color gamut. Okay, so the question that everyone begs to know, to the answer is, what should I buy? Should I go with the OLED or should I go with the QLED? Here's the deal. If those deep dark levels are really that important to you, then go with the OLED. If the viewing angle is really that important to you, go with the OLED. You're not going to be disappointed, but you're not going to get that peak brightness nits that's important for HDR. What I'm trying to tell you, you're not going to get that full HDR Dolby Vision experience. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you. And that's very important for HDR, because HDR truly breeds on the peak brightness nits of that detail. Of course, the deep dark levels are important. No one's saying that they're not important, but at the same time, you gotta have that color and peak brightness nits as well. So, I'm personally, right now I'm looking, by the end of this year, I was looking at two different types of brands. I was looking at the Samsung Q9 or Q7, but I really want to go with the Q9 because Q9 has that 2,000 plus peak brightness nits. And then I was also looking at the new TCL QLED. I want to see what the ratio of peak brightness nits is. Okay, so that's what I'm kind of looking to right now. Does this mean I'm never going to purchase OLED. No, it doesn't mean that I'm never going to purchase it. You know, OLED is still advancing, and there's still more that OLED can do. If OLED can reach, if they can somehow figure out the way, if LG can figure out the way to have OLED reach to a 1000 to 1500, just 1000 peak brightness nits. If OLED could reach to 1000 or 1400 nits of peak brightness, then I think we have on our hands a really, really good 4K TV, like a true 4K TV with HDR. But I don't know if that technology is going to be possible. You know, organic light emitting diodes are a different type of technology, and I don't know how much of peak brightness can they squeeze out of the organic light emitting diodes. So these are the things that we'll have to wait and see how technology progresses. But for right now, QLED seems to be, to me, a much safer investment. You guys don't have to agree with this. This is just my opinion. But to me personally, QLED seems like a much safer investment. Because with the OLED, I don't know, man, how long is that OLED going to last? You know, that organic light emitting diodes, what is the lifespan? Is it 3 years, 4 years? How long can they last? No one knows yet. It hasn't been tested properly yet. People had some issues with the burn-ins and whatnot. I haven't had any issues with the burn-ins. Maybe with the C6, I noticed a little bit of burn-ins, I do have to say, with the C6 and B6. I did notice that. But with C7, I didn't notice it. But I didn't have C7 for a full year or 2 years, so I can't really say. So, here's what... So my thoughts are really, I think it's safer to go with the QLED. Even Microsoft is going to let you know and tell you that you should go with a QLED. If you're going to purchase the Xbox One X, go with a QLED. Even they will recommend that you go with a QLED. So, actually, I'm driving to the gym here. I'm going to go to the gym. So, I just wanted to do this quick vlog and just kind of let you know what I think and give you guys my own opinions about it. I personally, in my own opinion, I think that QLED, it's a much safer and better investment because you're truly going to be taking a full advantage of high dynamic range. Because high dynamic range needs that peak brightness. The whole idea of high dynamic range is that peak brightness and the wide color gamut. So, the best TVs that have that right now, it's Samsung. You know, you can settle down for KS8000 or 9000. They have a really good static data of 1000 plus nits. But I would highly recommend, if you can stretch this holiday season, go with either Q7 or Q8 or Q9. But I would highly recommend the Q9. So that's just my opinion. Okay, you guys. Look, at the end of the day, here's the thing. I want to say something. At the end of the day, no matter what I say here, no matter what I tell you here, these are just my own thoughts, my own opinions. At the end of the day, it's going to be up to you to decide what is it that you want. I'm just telling you from a technical point of view that high dynamic range works the best on higher nits of peak brightness and full wide color gamut. If you have that full wide color gamut of nanocrystal quantum dots, and then if you have that 1400 plus or 2000 plus nits of peak brightness, it will look much better on that television, because Blade Runner will look much better on that television because it has that full potential of high dynamic range. Same thing with Dolby Vision, especially Dolby Vision. Dolby Vision should have mandatory 4000 nits of peak brightness to truly you truly get the advantage of that format, you know? So, there you have it. Hopefully you guys like this video. Thank you.